Hello, welcome back. Last time I puzzled out another chunk of the Polaris room, so how many more chunks is it going to take? We'll find out. So what do I know about this room right now? It's flag 11. It starts with dash up, grab, throw right. Right, throwing is really hard, that's what I learned. Reverse wave dash, dash up, right, grab, throw to put it there. Reverse wave dash here, grab. How did I eventually end up doing this? I can do a wall jump or I can not do a wall jump. Ah, okay, so I've just parsed that the reason I was sometimes hitting those spikes is because I wasn't doing a neutral jump, but like, my directional inputs are extremely constrained in this area, because that has to be a rightward throw when I'm facing left. So I'm gonna say it's maybe better to throw without wall jumping, just so I don't get the kickback, because I will be moving right for this. Okay, so I'm gonna try practicing throwing without the extra wall jump. So throw right, wave dash that, get the fish, no, do an extra dash, no, wave dash, get the fish, throw, do an extra right, and then it has to get over this barrier for that. Okay, spring on that, go up, get the jellyfish, then everything's reasonable for a moment. Dash right, reverse this, pick up that, bounce, explode, into ultra, and I did not get as far as actually doing the ultra. Okay. So right, next chunk to puzzle out. Get here. Try to get all the way into the bubble from the ultra, I think is what it requests. Left, right, reverse. This part is just like extra complication that doesn't really tie into anything else. It's just there. I guess it normalizes my speed, kinda. Wave dash, grab fish. Reverse wave dash specifically. Climb there, throw it right, it'll land on that platform. Dash right, wall bounce. Grab it and throw. Reverse wave dash. It's gonna have to be like dash grab, get crystal, throw fishbowl here? Okay, good luck. Dash left, wave dash forward to the right, grab jellyfish. I think I want to go here and throw it. Use that crystal to dash left. Well, actually, dash left while eating that crystal. Dash up, wall bounce while eating that crystal. Get the fishbowl, throw left, dash up, throw left, explode right. Probably dash down right. Get that crystal. Use it to retrieve the jellyfish who has hit this switch and bounced. Carry the jellyfish here, throw it against the wall. Go up higher, throw it left. Wave dash into ultra. This wave dash into ultra looks more reasonable now than it did before, with how I'm imagining my dash budget. That'll be fine. Then, in the middle of the ultra, change to a reverse wave dash? Okay, and if I don't, then I may still be able to climb this wall. Neutral jumps are allowed. Even if I ran out of stamina here, I think, even with this little jut, it would still be possible. Could I neutral my way through that to there? Like this little tile hanging down to here? I don't actually know, but maybe. Anyway, here we go. That was a lot, and it's going to be a lot to pull off. That was not a throw. Right, yes, so the right input there. The right input at the right time. Something I'm gonna have to figure out how to make. Yeah, you didn't throw. So when do I throw the fishbowl? Is it earlier or later than that? If I do it earlier, yeah, it's earlier. Okay. And if the fishbowl is coming down and I can catch it before the jellyfish, that situation is recoverable. So really, I just want to throw that thing as early as I possibly can. What? None of that made sense. Whoa, okay, yeah, super early throw makes everything work better. Okay, super early throw. And it even propels me in the direction I'm going. Less than a minute in, actually attempting this, and my thumb is already hurting. That's not a good sign. Is it residually bruised from the last time I tried to do this? Maybe. I'm hitting the jump button with, like, my inner knuckle. Because my pad has to be on the dash button. And that jump button part is what's hurting here. Well, that's recoverable, apparently. Except the jellyfish died. Well, do it in such a way you don't have to apply that recovery. That was a bad thing, but I couldn't save it. Okay. If you land in that situation, drop the jellyfish, then springboard and pick it back up. Okay, nice and clean. Okay. So it took that much time to get back here. What happened? I think I dashed too early. I did not have the bandwidth to look for an explosion timer of any sort. I have to assume it was there on screen somewhere. But it was not in any way visible to my eyes. Alright, stop going straight down. It's down left. I get such a fast throw when I throw that, it feels like. Maybe it just feels like that because it's relative to my speed. Well, you needed to be thrown. And I'm the one who needed to do that. Be thrown, but can... Yep, that's what I just said. I need to reverse better. When do I... How... Okay. This is just such an extremely high density of actions that have to be done very deliberately. Yo! I bubbled right. Okay, but I've touched the bubble. I have set a new record now. It didn't even take all that long. I might even do it twice in a row. That felt all weird, but okay. I guess I dashed too early. How do I judge when to dash? I'm going by the sign, but apparently that doesn't work. It has to be a little later than the sign. At least on that attempt it did. Who knows if that'll be... Yeah, so everything went right except the jellyfish. Alright, so that throw is very important. So is everything else. The throw is a very important thing that I fail frequently. I just have to keep on holding upright that whole time, I guess. But it's just, I have to press down right to dash, and that has to happen immediately after the throw. So immediately that sometimes, most of the time, it seems it happens before. Just putting those inputs right next to each other just feels mean. I'm sure it's not done on purpose, but it is the result of the situation. And I just feel like I'm getting bullied by the level every time it happens. Yep, and that too. Can I just throw away later and have a lot of things get solved at once? Okay, so I can recover from this. Check it out, I actually did it. I messed it up later, but I did, in fact, perform that recovery correctly. That one theoretically might have been that jellyfish was drifting down awfully fast. I was running out of time for it. Alright, I kind of took a moment for myself just to recenter. It didn't help. But at least I tried. Whoa. Yeah, If I'd thrown a little earlier, theoretically I could have prevented that. I didn't know if I was going to drift that high, though.
So many angles that have to be hit all perfectly, all in a row.
How many runs is it? Like, what percentage do you suppose it is where both that throw and the reverse go right? I'd say the reverse is like a 20% chance, the throw is like a, I don't know, 40% chance. So multiply those together. I don't think those numbers are accurate. The reverse is going way worse than that now. Throw is actually going a little better. Then that wave dash often fails afterward. Was I too high there? I think that was what I must have seen. That was still too early? Are you sure? Or was it too late? What does too late look like? Does it look... is it distinguishable from too early? Because, like, both result in me exploding left, don't they? Okay, I think I managed to adjust... Okay, so that's how fast the timer goes. I actually was able to watch at that time, because I didn't do anything else. Stop it. And then the reverse doesn't happen. Because the inputs to do that just are so unreasonable. Okay, here we go. Once I get here, like, I feel like I'm in control for a brief moment. I pressed dash, but I was explosion locked, so I had to do it a little later. Okay, there we go. That's acceptable. Was it too late or too early? So with that explosion timer, I probably want to go when it's at half, but like, I think it's covered by the spikes. Can I see it? I don't think it renders in front of the spikes. I'm not really even able to answer that question, though. Jellyfish, be thrown, Budkin. Okay. Later on the wave dash. Later on the wave dash. Disgustingly late on that. That was disgustingly late, and it was perfect. Why did that fail? No idea. Why did that fail? I was so low. I was absolutely low enough for that to work. So, did I press the jump button not in time or something? So I recovered after a, what would have been a drift up into the spikes if I had let the drift continue. But ultimately my recovery didn't matter. When do I do that? Let's try much later. Let's try, like, after I'm beyond the, like, the part of the sign that depicts me. Just reverse! Do it! I don't know if this is an input timing thing or if it's because of the angle I'm hitting the wall. I wish now that I know why that barrier is there, it could just not be there. It wouldn't let me skip anything if it wasn't, it would just make that move more reliable. Right, yep, everything except the jellyfish. That... Why do you not wave dash? I pressed everything perfectly! But somehow that's false. It's impossible to know how. Okay, again, I think I just must need to go later than that. The sign is misplaced. The sign is way too far left. Sign is too far left. Go way later. No. Okay, so then let's change assumption and say that I'm pressing it too late. Let's say the sign's too far right. Have I been centered on the sign, though, when I attempted this? And how normalized is my momentum when I get there? Like, is there any variance in my speed? The variance would be based on the horizontal position of that fishbowl on that thing. So, like, I'll get more drag if it's farther left. So yes, I believe there is variance. Though I don't know how the drag applies to the wave dash boosted speed. Maybe that's not meaningful. Anyway. I can attempt to judge where the fishbowl is, if I can spare a thought for it. I think where I need to spare a thought is toward throwing here. That's just always perpetually the problem. Alright, it's very left. What the... No? You know what'd be nice is if I could somehow, like, decisively actually solve some of these early problems. If I could make my throw reliable, maybe that would be... See, my throw is pretty good. It's maybe more my reverse wave dashes that are the main issue. And, like, this dash often fails. That one I don't think I can do anything about. It's just gonna be as it is. Okay, those are all the right things. It's very far right, yeah, but I was too high. Can I do something about that one? I did everything too fast. Nope. Okay. Got up. Right, the theory was I need to be earlier. Let's be a lot earlier. And when I try to be a lot earlier, I'll probably be only a hair earlier. How did you throw? Well, because I guess I didn't turn around in time. Okay, so here's a variable I can adjust. Be farther right for this when initiating that. Because then the rhythm with which I initiate the upright dash works out better. Sometimes. It's more likely to work out better. But then, that time I missed the jellyfish. So there may be secondary problems with that. Okay, so just a couple of pixels right of the crystal. See, that I can actually aim for. I have enough control to do that. Okay, that's all acceptable. That's not, but it's recoverable. Okay, this is still recoverable. This is still recoverable. Yo, see? So that was too early. I mean, right at where the two lines start, right? Right here. That was too early. Okay, let's focus on, like, being very deliberate about throwing exactly where it tells me to throw. Because if that's the magic spot and I can just hit it, and I have a very clear visual marker for it, then that's a lot of problems solved. That's a lot of ifs, though. No, it's not. I was perfectly aligned, wasn't I? If anything, I was a little left, maybe. Then, like, how do I even diagnose this? What would you expect me to do about that problem? All I know is I dashed and I did not go right from the explosion. That time I did. Okay, new record. So that's what it feels like to do that part of it. It's a lot faster than I think. My plan is fine. I just have to execute it better. Alright, so... I can fast bubble, I don't really want to. Alright, so after that ultra, I get into a bubble, I hold left, I dash right, I dash down left, I jump right. I grab, do a wall climb, which is I can do on autopilot. Throw, do the wall bounce, which I hope will just line up. Grab on the way up, throw right, dash down left. I'm gonna have trouble with that. But I'll do it. This is a... Okay, so... Put my fingers on the screen here. You want to measure something. So that's the left side of my thing. Okay, those situations are not identical. So the right side of that platform, yeah, rightmost tile of that platform, relative to the two spikes to its right, like this situation lines up with the leftmost one on this one. So that means I have a little bit more horizontal leeway there in that otherwise same situation as this, to start my upright dash. But it is pretty much the same situation as that. Dang it! How do I make that explosion work reliably? I have no idea. It's just I don't have a... I have the closest thing to a reference point I have is a sign, and the sign lies to me. So I just have to guess. Like, I guess I want my dash to have just about ended... Wait, or what if... Maybe it has to do with how quickly I make my dash input after I throw. Could it be that I'm throwing and waiting too long to dash? Okay, let's imagine that could be a relevant variable. Rather than just the timing with the timer. But also, I should attempt to pay attention to, like, what the timer is at when I dash. I think I want it at exactly half, right? That's my guess. Still recoverable. Ah, yeah, I got the boost there. How would I have known? It's just this mystery of when the boost happens and when it doesn't. That was so late, and yet somehow it still boosted me. You quit that? Okay, good. Oh. Okay, see? All recoverable. That was a little past half and I didn't make it, but I wasn't paying attention to my relative dash button timing compared to the throw. I would like to work on that part rather than early stuff. Early stuff, go away, just work like you have been. Thank you. Didn't pay attention to the relative timing, but I was pretty much at half. I was just slightly past half timer. Maybe that's too far. But okay, so this time around, whenever this time around happens, be very sure to press the dash button the instant that throw is, grab is released. Could I make that reverse more reliable by being lower when I do it? Maybe I could. I paid more attention to the timer and it worked great. Yeah, so a little before half. It could be that what I see as a little before half, like, maybe that's when my dash has to start, and the throw happens a little earlier. Alright, so I have an image in my mind for how I want the timer to look when I throw the fishbowl. And I'm just kind of assuming that I will naturally dash as quick as I can after I throw. Maybe I can't assume that, but that's what I'm assuming. Yeah, so to fix that, be closer to the ground. Oh. Yes, closer to the ground works better. Same for the next one after that. Just like one tile away or so. But now this one's not working. Am I too far away? Wow. That wasn't close enough to the ground. It was, but it didn't work. It wasn't as close as I want to be to ensure that it works. Too high. Don't know. Everything was perfect. And yet, it didn't work. Everything was perfect, and yet it didn't work. Maybe I was too high by a pixel. Great. Why is everything going different here? There. Yeah, I like to be a little lower like that. But the reverse just does not come out. What's happening to me? This should be so easy. Like that move, in isolation. It doesn't. I just stopped dead. I mean, that was a wall jump. Okay, so that was clearly a wall jump. That was clearly not. There's no way that, unless it crumbled and it turned from a ground jump to a wall jump. Okay, maybe I should focus on not making contact ever with that barrier. Yeah, if I think about it that way, my dash doesn't come back because I don't spend any time on the ground. So if that were what I was doing, then I'd have to start from higher. So never ever touch the backstop. Pretend it's a spike. Therefore start from higher so that the dash can come back. I don't love it, but maybe it could work. The farther away I am, the harder it is to judge the correct angle. I touched the back wall. And that killed me. Hit this piece of paper thin target. It's not even the main focal point of the puzzle, it's just a thing you have to do along the way. Paper-thin target just is not being hit. If I try to change my inputs here, it just results in me hitting the spikes. Missing the jellyfish that time. Maybe I didn't throw from high enough. Whoa! Whoa! Nothing made sense there. Okay, that was different. Didn't get the wave dash for some reason. Was I too high? I didn't feel like I was, but I have to assume I might have been. Here we go! How long has it been since I was here? Too long. This is no longer recoverable. Great. And that happened again. It's been a while. Okay, so my throw got better, but other parts got worse. If I could do the first one without the second one, that'd be an acceptable trade. Somehow, that almost worked. No dash. Which means I did it from too low or didn't stay on the ground for long enough. I don't want to stay on the ground, so therefore I did it from too low. There we go. Okay, well, that's a new record. I don't really get a choice but to be satisfied with that for today. Okay, so that's the progress. I carved out a tiny little section more. Like, just, what other choice do I have? Make myself miserable, force my way through, just, like, suffering the entire time? That's not how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, it's just measure progress in tiles traversed. So first one got as far as... How far did I get on the first day? Like, here, I think? Yeah, first day I got about there. Second day I got... here. I don't think I ever pulled off the altar, yeah. So then third day I got here. So I'm doing about, what, a screen and a half each time? At this pace, let's extrapolate, I'm sure this will be viable. So that's a screen and a half. That's a screen and a half. That's a screen and a half, yup, okay, so perfect pace. So from here... Next time I will make it this far. Alright, so that's my goal for next time. Then after that... here. Then after that... Let's call this the end. That's basically the end. Alright, so that was how many more episodes at this pace? If it could be kept up. 1, 2, 3... Alright, well, let's see how that works out in the future.